Yo, J Maya back with a quick video, and this is important. I mean, I talk about a lot of crazy things and a lot of things that people would disagree on, a lot of paranormal stuff, a lot of spiritual stuff, fighting stuff, deceptions. But yo, the biggest thing right now going on that you need to be aware of, man, what's going on is while we're all being distracted by a lot of things, man, there's a campaign right now going around to get your guns off the street. This campaign is funded by rich billionaires like guys like Blomberg and people like that that are using these mass shootings as ammunition to try to get guns out of the hands of the people. By getting guns out of the hands of the people, then who's got them? Well, only the criminals have them, and only the pigs got them. There's some good officers out there. I seen some videos today with a good officer for a change, but that ain't all of them. That ain't the majority of them. I see more bad than good. I've met a lot of bad ones. I've had my rights jacked up many times when I hadn't done nothing for real. But anyway, that said, right now in your state legislatures and on federal floors, there's different laws being enacted and lobbied for to get control of your guns, man, to take guns off the street, to do buybacks. This has already been very successful in Virginia. When the people protested, man, they were met with violence and assaulted. This is serious, people, for real. You need to wake up. You need to, find out what's going on in your voting districts. You need to find out what's going on in your state legislature, your state senate, as far as the laws within your state, as well as what's on the federal House and Senate floor as far as gun control, because these lobbyists, they got money and they can do whatever. They can buy politicians. They buy them. That's how this system works, man. The corporations pay the lobbyists who pay the congressmen and the senators to their campaign funds or to their organizations, which then gets trickled into their pocket via whichever way they want to launder that money. Let's be real. Rich people are good at laundering money. For real. That's what they do. They move money around. They move capital. They try to make you feel they got it by honest gains. Ain't nobody a billionaire with honest gains. Come on now. Let's be real. So you need to find out, man, and you need to look and you need to vote and you need to start contacting your people because us just being passive and focusing on the stuff, even the stuff I'm focusing on and I'm sharing with y'all, man, spend more time finding out about this stuff that I'm saying now, finding out about the legislatures, finding out about the laws that are being imposed, finding out what lobbyists are trying to buy what senators, and let your people know, man, you're not down for gun reform, and you're not down for them taking away our weapons and taking away our Second Amendment's rights. The Second Amendment is there, what? To protect the people from a tyrannical government, to keep a government honest. The moment that they take away our weapons, then the government is no longer honest. They can kill, rape, steal, and murder you and do whatever they want, false imprison you, completely control you, and make you an absolute slave, take your property, hurt your family, and do whatever they want to you. And you have no form of self-protection or any way to take care of yourself or your family, protect them. For real. You need to be standing up for your rights. It's a good time to join the NRA, for real, man. Straight up real talk, man, because guess what though, man? Like me, I know I got a shady past, but I don't got no felonies, man. I never done anything that's gonna get me locked. I've never been locked up for no time, no nothing, man. I had a speckled past as a youth. I'll give that up. My dad will say the same thing. He'll tell you all about it, I'm sure. But I've tried to live right for a long time, at least since like my early 20s. I've had my dips in and out, you know what I'm saying? And I know I got some friends that ain't so maybe legit, you know what I'm saying? But I still love them. Just because they locked up don't mean I ain't gonna love my friends. It means I ain't gonna look out for those people that looked out for me, man. There's something called loyalty and having honor, man. Don't mean I have to get involved what I get involved with. But that being all said, yo, man, you've got to, if you don't have, criminals are going to get guns where they going to get guns from. They're going to be able to get them always, man. There's always going to be a black market. Those things come in from the Philippines. A lot of them come in from the Philippines, man, especially 45s, for real. Watch your Nat Geo. You know what I'm saying? For real. But this is what I got to say, man. You got to hold on to your rights, man, and you got to do it for your family and for your children and for your wife and for, your loved ones, man. Because if you don't stand up for your rights, nobody's going to. We in America have become a big populace full of cowards, man. A lot of people don't put their face on camera and make up fake names. I used to have my full name out here, man, on this channel, but man, then I started getting people tracking me, man, for real, coming after me. And making threats on my life and stuff, for real talk, man, not playing one bit. And got my phone traced and hacked, all sorts of craziness, for real. But man, listen, my face is still out here. I'm still proclaiming and I'm still speaking up. I ain't no coward. And I hope some other people out here ain't no cowards either. Start standing up for their rights and start speaking up, man. We got to preserve them. We got to preserve our rights, man. We have to, because they're slowly getting taken away. Your freedom of speech is taken away. Your freedom to search and seizure is taken away, man. They come in without warrants. They run dogs around your car and that make them false identify so they can search your vehicle without a warrant, and they can pull you over on the side of the road, and for an officer's safety can straight pull you up out of the car without even giving you a reason why they pulled you over, and just run a fake dog over there and get up in your vehicle. Next thing you know, they could be planting something on you or anything else, man. So there goes that freedom, man. They'll barge in your home. They've gone in people's homes and shot and killed the wrong people, man, and bust up in people's house and shot them in their bed. And then they get self-investigated and nothing happens. No, it's sad that all this evil's out here going, man, and there's a few good freaking a few good officers trying to help people out here, but mostly, man, the system's corrupt, y'all, man. We've got to protect ourselves as a populace, man. We need to start speaking to our legislators and start electing the right people. The people, these politicians out there, these career politicians, they ain't out for us, man. They have to get more money in their pocket. They the ones running the game, man. You think they ain't in the game? Judges and lawyers and police, and come on, man. Y'all need to wake up. Y'all need to wake up, man. I ain't stepping on nobody's game. Your game is your game. But when your game takes away my freedom, that gets to my game. Because you in my game now, homie. You messing in my game, because you ain't about to take away my life, my liberty, my pursuit of happiness for whatever your game is. You stepping on my toes. You done crossed over and you into my flag area. You in my color zone now, because that's my life. That's my liberty. That's my pursuit of happiness. That's my family I'm protecting. So you was stepping on my toes, for real. So I'm gonna tell you, man, you need to stop stepping on my freedoms. So whatever game y'all running, man, I ain't no snitch, but at the same time, I ain't gonna let anybody's game run me over. Nah, hell nah. I'm not down with it, man. And it's not righteous, man, and the Lord ain't down for it. You know what I'm saying? I let people make their own decisions, but I still do love the Lord, man. I still do believe in the Most High, and I'm still going to keep on trying to take care of mine and protect mine until I die, even if it costs me my life, man. So y'all stop being cowards. If you're being cowards out there, man, start speaking up. Start making a stand for something that's important, man, for the truth. For being against dishonesty and corruption, man, and being against people being taken advantage of and abused and robbed and stolen from and murdered and raped and pillaged, man. You know what I'm saying? They blame gangs and everything else for that, man. But there's a lot more world in the world going out here bad that ain't being done by people locked up in a prison or out on the street, man. You got people in suits and ties and uniforms that are standing up in podiums proclaiming to the masses, the people that are doing a lot more harm than anybody on the street corner ever has. Real talk for a minute. So what I'm saying is, man, we've got to stand up as a populace, man. The American community our freedoms are being stolen away from us a little bit day by day. And if they get our guns, the only thing that's going to happen is we're going to have a civil war in order to pursue our God-given free constitutional rights, because the Constitution doesn't mean anything to these rich people. They want to have guns so they can control you, and then they can take away you and do whatever they want to you, and that you're not worthy of being protected. You're not worthy to protect your own family, but they are worthy to protect themselves with tons of armed bodyguards and all the weapons they want. They can have all the force and power they want, the power of the military, the power of the police, the power of judges and legislatures, but you have no power. You have no checks and balances for them, but they got every check and balance on you. It's not ought to be so, man. Our freedom's being taken away, And real talk, we need to stand up. We need to take lawful assembly. I'm not telling people to do nothing wicked. I'm not telling people to go out there and cause violence or cause harm. I'm not for it, man. I'm a non-violent person for the most part, unless it gets to a point that we're under tyranny. And if it becomes part under tyranny, you know, that's what our Constitution was written for. That's what the Bill of Rights is for, so that the people can vote out, can choose together to form a new government and form a new type of government and elect from the people representatives for the people. And that's not what we have nowadays. So we need to start voicing our concerns. We need to start we need to start getting on telephones and calling. We need to start making petitions. We need to start telling people they're not getting back in office if they do this to us. We need to see which lobbyists are visiting what senators and congressmen, and we know what lobbyists are for what interests, and the ones that are trying to lobby against guns and lobby against your freedoms, stuff. My God, family right now is getting land stolen by the freaking utility companies, man, and they can't really do anything about it. The utility companies just come in and say, "Oh, we're taking more land, right at eminent domain," and they ain't giving them a dollar for it. That's just straight theft. But that stuff happening all the time. I talked to somebody online tonight that dealt with an issue like that, and they lost, and the person got somewhat, in a situation. They were, I wouldn't say they were scared, but they felt like someone was out to get them, and I'm not disagreeing with them one bit. So listen, people, you need to organize. You need to get together. You need to start making stands for things that are important. Start, I'm not gonna say. Well, I would say, man, if you don't have a weapon, you might want to purchase one while they're still legal to purchase. I'm not saying, and do that. Get trained those weapons. Don't be unsafe in your own home, but you need to be able to protect your own home before it's too late. Because once they outlaw them, and once they start, but even if you get one, they might start trying to take them up, man. So you need to be exercising your rights while you still have them. I'm not telling anybody again to go commit violence, but for the safety of your own home, you need to exercise your rights to speech, your rights to bear arms, your rights to not have illegal search and seizure, your right to remain silent if you need to, man. If you get pulled over, if you get whatever, man, keep your mouth shut. And ask for a lawyer, because if not, you'll get tricked into some bad situations. You get tricked in some real bad situations. You don't want to be tricked. I'm not out here trying to cause problems or cause upheavals. I'm just out here trying to live my life, man. I'm into gardening and fishing, and I'm about to take up taking chickens. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here trying to farm. I'm retired. I spent my time in the military. I got education. I got hurt. Man, I had all these surgeries, man. I've had a bunch of brain injuries, man. I'm dealing with them. I'm doing the best I can every day. I'm not out to hurt or harm nobody, man. I don't get violent with nobody. I keep to myself. And like I said, I garden and I farm, and that's all I'm doing, man. And fish and spend time with my animals, man, and keep to myself. But at the same time, I want to have the peace of mind that if somebody breaks in my front door and my daughter or my family is, my family or my friends are inside, man, that I'm able to protect my own home, man, and keep them from being raped and murdered and tortured. And that's not okay, man. The Lord says, "Thou shalt not kill," but I don't think He means that He should allow your family to get victimized either. You got to be able to protect your rights and your freedom and your life. So protect it, man. Protect your family's freedom and their life, man. We can't afford to lose any more freedoms, man. For the name, like during the Patriot Act, we lost so many freedoms after 9/11 for the sake of public safety and anti-terrorism. Now you can get surveillance for nothing in the name of anti-terrorism, saying you're a domestic terrorist, man. I think that might be why I have drones following me, because they think I'm a dangerous person because I'm military trained. I'm trained on every weapon the U.S. Army employed. I'm an expert on every single one of those weapons. So I'm not going to tell you that I'm not well trained. I am well trained, but I don't intend to use that training against. I've been out of the military now since 2011. I got hurt and I got my retirement a few years later, man. And I ain't hurt nobody, and I ain't used no violence out here on nobody, and ain't gone crazy and gone off the rails on nobody. And leave me alone, and I'll leave you alone. I want to keep to myself and die in peace. Die farming, die raising chickens and growing beans and watermelons, man, and catching trout and bass. That's all I'm about, man. That's all I want from life, is just to spend time with my family, man, and just be left alone and to have a peaceful, easy life as best I can with all my injuries and problems. So anyway, I share all this with you because it's important. It's important before you lose your freedoms, because once they're gone, it's a way harder to get back, and they're slowly eroding. So go stand up for your rights. Stand up for them in the legal way. Use the right routes. Use the right means. Use that phone. Pick up a pen. Start writing letters. Start signing petitions. Start doing things to make your voice known and make it heard. And let them know that you're not going to take this stuff lying down. So anyway, my love goes out to all y'all, to everybody in the nation, throughout the whole world. I hope that everyone is blessed and doing good. Take care of yourselves. Love each other. Love your family. And be good to one another. I'm out. Peace.